What's that for?
Not sure, but I'd sure hate you don't have it when we find out.
This journey will be dangerous all the way to Oregon.
New series now streaming exclusively on Paramount+.
The NFL season is winding down, and the season's been amazing up to this point. But the playoffs will be here before you know it. Jack, who are some of the teams you got your eye on heading into the playoffs?
Of course, my Cowboys. We so up and down, man. My mind's all over the place. But we're in the playoffs, so we'll see what we can do. But Aaron Rodgers is scaring me. Him and the Packers look real scary. Yeah,
I think Aaron Rodgers has solidified back-to-back MVPs. And then over in the AFC, I like Mahomes and the Chiefs.
At DraftKings Sportsbook, the offers are getting even more amazing. The new customers can bet just $5 on any NFL team to win their game. And if they do, you win $200 in free bets.
What are you waiting for? Don't miss out on all this action. DraftKings Sportsbook customers can also get action with the same game parlays.
Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win.
DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code SMOKE to get in all the action.
Bet just $5 on any NFL team and win $200 in free bets if they're victorious. That's promo code SMOKE this week at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official betting partner of the NFL.
New Year! My dear brother Noom says it's a new year.
New time to do you.
It's not 2022.
It's 2020 you.
That's why this year, Moneyline is here to help you with all your financial needs.
Because Moneyline gives you more back with every swipe.
You can now get up to 5% cash back.
Or earn up to $500 on everyday eligible purchases with Shake and Bank.
And you can round up your spare change automatically into Bitcoin.
So this year, improve your health, wealth, and future self.
And use Moneyline so you get more back with every swipe.
So hit your goals.
Make your shots.
Work out or just relax.
You need to do you for 2022.
Join the millions of hardworking Americans that are getting more back with every swipe.
Just go to Moneyline.com and download the app today.
Welcome back to another edition of All the Smoke. Happy holidays to everyone out there. Jack, how was your holiday?
Man, it was good, man. I'm just, trying to be a great father for the kids, make sure they're smiling. It ain't about me no more, but family's healthy, everybody good. I have no complaints, my bro.
That's good, man. Yeah, I was over here playing Santa Claus until the last minute. I was about the Bank of Barnes is closed for months.
Yeah, man, me too, bro.
Man, we got Seth Curry on the show today, man. We appreciate you stepping on and taking time out of your busy day, especially during the holidays, man. How's everything going?
It's all good, man. Appreciate y'all having me on, man. Yeah, talking about the holidays, man. I got 2 kids now, so my first one, my daughter's 3, so she know a little bit about it.
Right.
Put some toys together.
Yes. So, you just had another son, right, in September. What's it like to finally get that boy?
Oh, it's dope. I wanted one for sure. I got 2
Another
now, so
shooter.
Hopefully I'm done. Yeah, hopefully hooping.
That's what I'm saying. So
Hey,
let's get
hold on, man,
Go
before you start. Let me ask you a question since we talking about all of us being Santa Claus and being broke after the holidays. do you and Steph trying to one-up each other on gifts?
Nah, not anymore. We don't really see each other that much. It's hard. We getting gifts for each other. It's hard to get something for Steph. You got to be creative with it. He can get whatever he wants. His budget a little bit bigger than mine, so I'm winning on that side.
Yeah.
You got to stay creative. I feel that. January 7th, nearly a year ago, game versus the Nets. You tested positive after spending the first quarter on the bench. Were placed in isolation at Barclays. In response to that, you guys had to quarantine. All this quarantine and COVID is not new, but fairly new. How has that kind of affected you personally being obviously, you know, a family man, father first and husband first and foremost, but then also, you know, attending to your job?
It's tough. It's tough. It's a balance. I mean, you got a job to do. You got to go out there and do your job, provide for your family, play the game that you love. But at the same time, you got to try to be careful, take care of your family. And you know that's what you sign up for. If you sign up to play in the league this year, you sign up for a little bit of risk, going out there and possibly getting the virus, bringing it back home. But hopefully everybody you're around is doing their part. And I mean, the good part, if you get it right now, nobody's getting seriously sick around the league right now. So that's the positive part of it.
Outside of kind of having to somewhat stay to yourself off the court, is there anything else that you do different from your day-to-day during the season that you didn't do since we've been in since we've had this pandemic?
Last year it was crazy because you couldn't really get a hotel, but this year, kind of getting back to the normal routine and stuff you like to do on the road. Me personally, I'm in the hotel, go out to eat with a few people every once in a while on the road. So my routine don't change too much. It's more the guys that like to get out in them streets a little bit more that might have to tailor it back a little bit.
Jack, you might have been in trouble, bro.
Yeah, I wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't have made it, Matt.
Yeah, it's a struggle for them. You can see them itching.
I would have fell right in that category. On November 18, 2020, you was traded to Philly in exchange for Josh Richardson and the draft rights to Tyler Bay from the Mavs. How do you feel about the trade initially?
I thought it was a mistake initially on the Mavs part, but me personally, I mean, I didn't know what I was getting into as far as the role I would have in Philly. I knew they needed shooting to spread the floor for Joe and Ben and do what I do. But I mean, the role it was kind of a blessing in disguise. It was a starting role for me, something I didn't do consistently over my career. So I got the chance, like I said, I got a chance to start. I got the chance to play with the ball in my hand a little bit more, play a little bit more of a playmaker on top of spreading the floor and knocking down shots. So I had my best season last year, and it's carried over this year. So, like I said, it was a great opportunity for me.
Building team chemistry, how has it been this far? A lot going on over there. You know, Doc Rivers is a great coach, somebody me and Matt respect. How's it been this year with everything going on, building the chemistry with you guys?
It's been solid. It's been solid. Outside of Ben, everybody came back, was on a team last year for the most part. So we know each other. Chemistry been solid. Ben hadn't been around the team too much, so it's not like he's coming in and out of practice, in and out of games, messing up the chemistry. We kind of know who we got. Obviously, we're missing a big piece from last year, but we know who we got, and we're trying to make it work with the talent we have. And it's just an up and down season. Obviously, guys in and out the line with COVID. That's the biggest thing, chemistry-wise.
Right.
Question real quick, Jack, before you go on. I kind of find, like, obviously being former players, I kind of think I know the answer, but when all that Ben shit was going on at the beginning of the season, it kind of feels like that you guys would probably be locked. You guys were still locked in the locker room. It was just really outside noise doing all the talking, or was there a little bit of rumbling inside the locker room as well?
Nah, it was solid in the locker room. Only time we talked about it was obviously Doc addressed it early in the season, first day of training camp, and then only time we talked about it was when the media come in. That Philly media, that's all they want to talk about is drama when we get in front of them. Obviously, they're doing their jobs, but when we step on the floor, like I said, we knew who we had in the locker room. We knew who was going to show up to play every day, and we trying to make it work. So we honestly, like I said, we kind of treated it like a long-term injury. We knew Ben wasn't going to be there for the start of the season, and you got to adjust.
That's smart. You playing alongside with probably the best big man in the game right now. You know, give props to Jokic as well. But one thing I love about Joel is I love his personality. You know what I'm saying? I can tell he's somebody that I can be around. Obviously, he came out here one time with Jimmy Butler, and I was able to go out to eat with him and get a chance to hang around him. But how is it playing with somebody that's so talented at that size, but also somebody that's a real person off the court?
It's great. It's great. I mean, on the court, we kind of like a match made in heaven, our two games. Just the way we fit each other, but he talented as can be at his size, moving his feet. Can shoot the ball, handle the ball, pass. He can do all that. So on the court, it's great. But he getting better as a leader in the locker room. Doc, that's one way Doc really challenged him this year to be a little bit more vocal, be more positive every day with the guys, because you're gonna go as your best player goes. I mean, if he's bringing that energy every day and spreading it to the other guys, we're gonna be a much better team. I mean, it's more than just coming in and getting 25 and 10 every day. You gotta bring that energy too to make your teammates better, and he's doing that this year.
Taking it back to Charlotte, North Carolina. What was it like growing up in your home? Obviously, growing up in a basketball family, your dad did his thing. Big bro is big bro. What was it like for you growing up? Was basketball always something you knew you wanted to do because you had two people ahead of you doing it, or what did you start off doing?
I mean, we started off, our parents wanted us to play all types of sports growing up. They wanted us to play any and everything. I played a lot of football and baseball with basketball growing up, just trying to find out what I love to do. But obviously it was basketball because we were able to follow my dad around as much as we could. When we didn't have school, he was taking us to the games, taking us to practices. And I think that allowed us to find that love of the game. And we just learned so much just seeping in through our brains without even knowing, and just being around NBA guys every day. So, I mean, that's kind of how we developed our competitiveness, our love for the game. And honestly, our skill set was from that. We were always in the gym, messing around, trick shots, shooting from all over the floor. And you can see that in the way we play, especially Steph, some of the stuff he does, just his creativeness. I think that came from being in the gym from an early age growing up.
I mean, you mentioned it, and obviously Jack and I were both fathers in the league, and my last 4 years, my twins got to travel around with me, particularly that 17 championship team with your brother. You couldn't tell the twins they weren't a part of the Warriors. They were trying to take Steph's trophy and KD's MVP trophy on the stage and hold that shit up. But what are some of the things
rings. They would be quiet, Matt. They got rings, so they champions, bro.
Yeah, they definitely official. But at a young age, what are some of the things you remember about being around some of the players that you saw at such a young age? Because, like I said, I think my kids kind of take it for granted because they were around Kobe, Steph, KD, Chris Paul, Blake. What were some of the guys you remembered being around at a younger age that you were kind of in awe of?
Yeah, you say bring your kids around as much as possible. That's what people ask me what I should do with my kids growing up. I say bring them around as much as possible.
Right.
Yeah, so I love to see your kids in the gym even back then, seeing them on the court running around, shooting the ball, just having fun. Because I remember those experiences being around Muggsy Bogues, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter in Toronto when they were teammates with my pops. And we were jumping in shooting games, doing a lot of crazy stuff we probably shouldn't have been doing at that age, messing up practices. But, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like I said, I think back now, it's really how we developed our game and our skill set, and just like I said, we didn't even know what we were doing back then, but it's a big part of who we are.
Right. You mentioned you guys played a bunch of different sports growing up. What was it like competing with your brother day in, day out? Was it just straight competition? Was there fights? What did you beat him in?
We like 2.5 years apart, so I was always close enough to where I felt like I could beat him. I felt like I was better than him, but I was never really there. So that competitiveness was in any and everything growing up. It was heated. We were fighting. Mom had to come out in the backyard, break up a lot of fights. And then when we went off to college, it kind of died down. We became much better friends when we kind of got out of the household together because we weren't competing as much and it wasn't as heated. But those battles and those things are really the reason why I'm at where I'm at today, because I kind of got an advantage of having an older brother who was always pushing me, as somebody I always felt like I was close enough to get to his level, and I was always chasing him.
That's dope.
At Liberty, you led all freshmen nationally in the average of points per game and broke the Big South Conference single-season score record as a freshman. What do you remember about that? What made you decide to go to Liberty?
Honestly, I wasn't recruited heavily. I had probably 2 or 3 scholarship offers coming out of high school. I went to Liberty just because I had a great relationship with the head coach at the time, Richie McKay. He recruited me hard from the jump. I knew I was going to come in and have an opportunity to play. And that's one of the biggest things. My pops and my high school coach was always telling me, go somewhere where you're going to have an opportunity to come in and play, not somewhere you're going to go in and sit on the bench for a couple of years and maybe get a chance to play later on. So I got in, got to learn, make some mistakes, and got off to a quick start my freshman year.
You wrote number 30 at Liberty, the same number your dad and your older brother wore in their careers. You choose 30 like your father and your brother? That's why you got it?
Yeah, yes, sir. You already know that's the family number. Growing up, want to be like my pops, and when I got the chance to get it in college, and even when I can in the NBA, I'm gonna wear 30 as much as possible.
So is it a story your dad got behind the number why he chose it? That's the same reason why y'all chose it?
I don't even know. I think he told him the story once why he chose 30. It wasn't nothing memorable or nothing like that, so I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can your dad still hold his own in the shooting contest with y'all?
Of
Oh, no
course.
question. He can shoot it. You already know he can shoot it. He don't want to move around a lot. He definitely ain't going to play us one-on-one. Nothing like that. I think when Steph beat him, I think he was in high school. Steph beat him one-on-one. That was the last time he played either of us in one-on-one. So it's just horse games, shooting competitions, and that shooting touch ain't going to go away. It don't matter.
Yeah, he got a chance in them horse. He got a chance in horse. I know that.
Yeah, and he gonna talk you. He gonna talk like those guys back in the day when he was playing. They trash talkers on a different level. So he gonna try to get in your head, and that's another element you got to deal with.
Yeah, that OG slick talk. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So transferred to Duke. For the rules, you had to sit out the 2009-2010 season. What was it like knowing that, okay, you did your thing at Liberty, you're getting a chance to go to Duke? What was that preparation like during that down year for you?
That was a huge year for me because I got to test myself against the best team in the nation that year. We won the championship that year, the national championship. The guys like Nolan Smith, John Shire. I was competing with them every day in practice, trying to get them ready for the games. But I mean, Coach K, that's what he was telling me. These practices, these scrimmages are your game situation. So I was testing myself. I was getting ready, getting stronger, and it kind of set me up for my college career.
What's it like playing for Coach K? Obviously, you hear a lot of different stories. Well, what sets him apart from other coaches?
Obviously, his pedigree and just the respect level that everybody has for him once they step on that campus is great. So you're going to listen to everything he says, and he's going to push you. I mean, every year he's bringing in blue chips, 5-star recruits. He going to coach everyone on the same, push them to the limits. You got a standard you got to live up to when you put on that Duke jersey, and it's about winning at the end of the day. So if you earn his trust, that says a lot, and unfortunately I was able to do that while I was there. And I mean, I learned. I think back on stuff and lessons that he taught us at practice and games that I still live by to this day.
Absolutely. You mentioned John Shire and Nolan Smith, your redshirt year. The next year, Kyrie comes in. Yeah. You get to work with him. Unfortunately, he gets hurt, but that opens an opportunity for you to be a starter. What was it like in his brief time? Because like I said, I know he was hurt, but getting a chance to work and go against Kyrie and having him as a teammate.
He was a monster from day one. I mean, he stepped on campus, and it was like, Kyrie, he's nice. He's going to be the #1 pick. We you had those preseason like scrimmages and pickup games. Mm-hmm. And from the first pickup game, I was like, yeah, he's #1 pick. He's got a different
cold, huh?
Yeah, he got a different level from everybody else that was there at the time. So I mean, we had a squad, and he took it over from the jump. Obviously, he got hurt, and we still he went down, and we still won the ACC championship that year. So that's the kind of talented team we had, and being, like I said, practicing against those guys at that time was huge for everybody's confidence.
Who are some of the guys on that team that went on to the league with you?
We were stacked. We had a squad, so it was Nolan Smith, he was drafted, Kyle Singler, Ryan Kelly, Mason and Miles Plumlee, Andre Dawkins. I mean, we had a legit 7-8 guys who had some time in the NBA on that team. So
was Austin Rivers there?
Austin wasn't there. Austin came the next year.
Okay.
So they were in and out.
Hey, going into 2013 NBA draft and being undrafted, I was drafted to second to the last pick in the draft, so that I know what it feels like to be overlooked. But at the same time, you knew what you had to do, being that you had a father with experience. You know what I mean? That can help you in that time. What was your thought process when you didn't get drafted?
I mean, I had an injury, so that was a big part of not getting drafted and not having the chance to compete with guys during the pre-draft process. I had surgery right after my senior season, so I was rehabbing and stuff. But I knew if I got healthy, I knew I had the talent and the skill level to play in the NBA. Obviously, working with Steph in the summer, working on my game, I knew I'm working with Steph. I know I'm working on his drills. I'm competing with him and shooting games. I'm like, if I'm close to him, then I know it's a lot of guys in the league that can't mess with me. So that confidence level was sky high as far as that. It just mattered getting the opportunity to show I can play at that level.
Yep. What's your experience like? You got to the D League. What was that experience like? G League. G League.
Yeah,
it was D League back then.
It was the D League at that time, but we were really in the D League, like playing in Santa Cruz, playing in Erie. You got to love the game to play it out there. Seen a lot of guys with talent that quit because, I mean, it's a tough road. But I mean, I just working on my game. It was a big experience because I got to put the ball in my hands, got to learn the NBA system, play with the NBA three-point line, learn my game. It's completely different than college. It's just the pick and rolls, the sets. It's a little bit of an adjustment. So, but instead of like most guys who get drafted second round, even some guys in the first round, instead of sitting the bench and not playing, I got to get those game reps, work on my game, and that's when I really knew I could play at the NBA level if I really got an opportunity to.
And it's a roller coaster, you know, going from the G League to the NBA, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting the opportunity and not really get a chance to play because people don't know your game, like all that can be frustrating. Was it easier for you to be able to deal with all that and having that bumpy road, knowing that you had people with experience behind you to kind of, you know what I'm saying, give you advice so you won't panic if somebody else didn't have somebody in their ear?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, y'all know it's tough. When no team's really investing in you, you come up there, you might not play, get sent back down. But yeah, my pops. One big thing, my pops came to a game in Erie, watched me play, and he sat me down afterwards, and he really put a battery in my back as far as saying like you can play at the NBA level, you just gotta get the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? He an honest dude. He gonna be honest. If he ain't see it in me, he would have been like, hey, just go overseas. You can make some good money and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But he really kept that 100 with me and was like, if you get the opportunity, you can play at the league. And I mean, that was the toughest part, is just waiting my turn. Like I said, I'm not drafted. Nobody invested a draft pick in me, money in me. And there's no reason for anybody to give me an opportunity to play at the NBA. Just, like I said, I just had to be patient, wait, and finally got the opportunity.
That's what people don't understand is, like, once you get to that level, there's so many politics. Whether you're a late second round pick like myself and Jack, or not drafted yourself, they're invested in other people, so they're going to give them motherfuckers every single chance they have to succeed. So if you're a late second round or not even drafted, there's a lot of guys that get washed out the league just not even getting a chance, because a lot of people could play, but a lot of motherfuckers just don't get that chance, right? It's a straight
like
business.
These front office, they got jobs tied into guys they drafted. So even if you outplaying them and you can help the team win, it's like if this guy drafted first round don't pan out,
you gonna make him look bad.
Exactly.
Yep. Straight up. Talk about, I kind of feel like your first real shot was with the Kings, your first guaranteed contract. What was it like finally really getting that, okay, I'm getting some real burn now, I'm getting to show my skill set? What was that experience like for you?
That was big. That was huge. Like I said, I got a guaranteed contract out there, so I knew I would eventually get a chance to play. And out there, me being a guy, being around Boogie at the time, Rudy Gay, is trying to fit in, trying to find my role, and yeah, I think it kind of worked in my favor as far as we were out of the playoffs late in the season. Guys were sitting down, the vets, and they threw the young guys out there for like a 10, 15 game stretch where we were getting to play, and I had a great stretch and really kind of solidified myself as far as being able to be a consistent player. So. I mean, those in the season games, I should say, can make or break guys' careers too.
Absolutely.
Facts. Yes, sir.
I want to take a step back. You got a chance to play with Prime Boogie and Prime Embiid.
Yeah.
Who you taking? I know it's a tough question because you're playing with Embiid right now, but Boogie was a cold motherfucker.
Boogie was a monster. I mean, Boogie was a monster. They real similar. They both can handle the ball. Yeah. I think Boogie played a little bit more on the perimeter, taking the ball off the dribble a little bit more than Joel does, but he can do it. They both equal on the offensive end. I think Joel a little bit more dominant defensively as far as just holding down the paint, and just really solidifying our whole defense. So I give Joe the edge right there.
Ooh, two of the bigger shooting bigs I think we've ever seen. I was just telling Jack before you came on, we were doing our other show, like Embiid is doing, and it's crazy because I said I haven't seen no big do it since Boogie, but taking dudes off the perimeter, off the dribble, going into step backs and shot fakes and all this shit, like with guards guarding. I'm like, this dude is like over 7 feet tall, like doing this shit with just that 1 foot lean back. I'm like, yo, this big motherfucker's cold, man.
Special.
Yeah, you got all that. You got to have that now because he be getting beat up in the paint, and it's hard to score in there no matter how good you are. They let all that physicality go down. So if you really want to have an impact every night, you got to be able to step out and make some jump shots every once in a while.
Yes. But actually, I'm glad they started going back to that because for a minute, there was too many motherfucking... Well, what are your thoughts on that? Because obviously it's changed a little bit this year about the refs not calling as many fouls. Are you thinking guys are just out there hacking, or is it kind of a steady balance? Or what are your thoughts on it? Because I felt like for a while it was too many whistles. Now they're not as many whistles. Do you think they need to meet somewhere in the middle, or you kind of like where it's at right now?
I like it. But I mean, it kind of got out of hand where they weren't calling anything. They weren't protecting jump shooters. I'm getting hit on the wrist a little bit. So the refs, they kind of changed the rules, and the refs kind of ran with it as far. We're gonna let any and everything go on defense.
Right.
So that's why you saw some of those scores being lowest, shooter percentage dropping. But I mean, like I said, with anything, they're gonna adjust. They're gonna hear feedback from the players and the coaches, and they trying to get it better. So you see James free throws starting to go back up a little bit. Guys kind of getting back to themselves. Dame's getting back to himself. So it's just adjusting to the whistle.
Yeah. As a shooter yourself, the ball change this year, did that make any difference or any effect on you? Going from obviously Spalding for so many years, now it's Wilson.
I don't think it affected me, but it's different for sure. I mean, it feels a little different. The leather a little different. It reacts on the rim differently. But I mean, I was able to work with it all summer. Kind of got used to it, so I don't think it affected my game or my shot too much.
2016 to 18, you played with Dallas. I thought you were a great fit there. When we asked you earlier, you thought Dallas had made a mistake. What was your biggest takeaway from getting a chance to play in Dallas?
Oh, I love Dallas. Love the city, the organization. Playing for Rick Carlisle, a great offensive mind, really knows the game. So he put me and he likes to play with his system. He not scared to throw two guards out there that can make play two smaller guards. He played with, like I said, he played with J Kidd and JJ Barea a lot. It was me and JJ Barea a lot, me and Darren Williams, a lot of smaller guys out there who were dynamic. So he put me in good positions, really gave me an opportunity to make some plays and show what I could do too. And elevate my game to another level. So I love Dallas. That's why I still live in the off season. So it was huge for my career.
After the season, you go to the Trailblazers. What was it like, speaking of two guards playing in? I mean, they had you guys threw you guys in there as three guards sometimes. What was it like playing alongside CJ and Dame in Portland?
That was probably the best year, most fun year of my career. We obviously made to the Western Conference Finals. But that team was so locked in. We had veterans. We had young guys who were good. We had from top to bottom, we had a really underrated roster. So just being able to compliment Dame and CJ that entire year, learn from them, add some stuff that they do to my game was huge for me. And it all culminated in, everybody knew their roles in that team, and it all culminated on that playoff run that we had. Obviously ran into the Warriors who got us up out of there. But
yeah.
That was a great season.
I think a lot of people don't understand how good. Obviously, I really liked your team, but there was a good 3-year stretch where Portland was one of the better teams in the league, but they kept running into the Warriors. They had a hell of a team, and I think they've kind of digressed since then. But Portland, particularly that year, you guys were loaded. Like you said, I think it was definitely an undervaluated team because you guys had depth as well. I like the coach. You guys played hard, and it's funny you said everyone knew their role. Everyone played their role to a T. So what was it like actually running into your brother in the playoffs with your mom and dad in the stands? One has one jersey, one has the other. What was it like? Thinking of all the battles and the fights as youngsters, and now you guys both have a chance to go to the finals. What was it like playing against your brother in that kind of opportunity?
That was fun, man. That was a series where I always remember because, we're on the biggest stage, Western Conference Finals, playing against my brother, playing against the best team in the league for the past few years, and just going at it, competing. We were matching up against each other, guarding each other. It's stuff you dream about, and it's always weird when we play Steph and them because, for 82 games out the year, I want him to play well. I want to see them win. But when we strap them up and play against each other, it's the opposite. I'm going out there trying to shut them down. I want to see them lose. We competing, it gets nasty. So it's a weird dynamic.
Yeah. Obviously, we don't want to make this a Steph interview, but, your brother has just made some, amazing historical accomplishments. So we definitely want to touch on that. What was it like? What was some of your fondest memories growing up and battling? Obviously, it just got a chance to culminate, and hopefully it'll reach, you guys will get a chance to see each other on the biggest stage one day. But growing up, kind of the little brother with, Steph, and then your dad being who he was, what were some of the most inspirational or kind of funny things that you guys used to get into or do?
Any and everything, like any brothers, any siblings who are close in age, we're tied to the hip, follow my pops around as much as possible, and really find anything to compete at, anything to have some fun with, waste time, get You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like you say, he brought up the record or whatever. I feel like he deserves it. You know what I'm saying? The work he put in over time, the way he changed the game, the way he pushed the envelope as far as people complaining about maybe we shooting too many threes. He taking crazy shots. But he stick to it. He that's who he's always been, honestly. That's it from middle school to high school, whatever. He always played the game the same way. So that's a record that he deserves to have, and I think that's why everybody made it such a big deal all week. You know what I'm saying? Like last time when Ray broke the record, I mean, I remember hearing about it, but I don't think it was this big a deal.
No,
like I'm like every time I turn on TV, I see, is he breaking a record today? I'm like, it ain't the all-time scoring record. It's a big deal. But I think it's because of who he is, and it's the guy. Like, he's the guy who should have this record.
Yep, he transcended the game.
Yeah, that's dope. What was it like? You know, we spoke on your dad, we spoke on your brother. What was it like kind of getting out of both their shadows and being recognized as not Steph's brother no more, but actually recognized as your own man because you're out there actually putting in that work that earns you the respect you deserve?
Yeah, it feels good to people look at me who I am, look at my individual game and what I've accomplished over my career. Just kind of get that recognition feels good. But I mean, for me, I never really pay attention to it. Even if I'm not, I always looked at Steph's brother or Dale's son. No matter what it is, I'm confident in my own skin, and the stuff I kind of built for it. That stuff both of us had to deal with our whole life growing up in Charlotte, being son of an NBA player who played there for 10 years. It's like, if you don't got tough skin and able to deal with it, you ain't gonna make it. It's gonna be a hard life. So, kind of built for the scrutiny, the eyes, and it's just part of it. Like I said, I'm comfortable in my skin. And I know who I am as a player, first and foremost.
Married to Kelly Rivers, Doc's daughter. What is that like, playing for your wife's dad in the NBA? T, tell me, how is that, bro?
Nah, it's cool, man. It's cool. Doc a solid dude, man. He's cool as they come. You know what I'm saying? When I got traded there, Callie was probably the maddest one. She didn't want the deal to go down. She did not want me playing for her pops. You know what I'm saying? But it happened, and I mean, it's been smooth sailing pretty much. Doc, I mean, like I say, you know, he cool as a cucumber. He's gonna coach you the same way, listen to feedback. It's probably easy on Doc because he had to coach his own son,
right.
So his actual son. So
yeah,
so it's like a walking apart for him.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. We was on that team where we signed him. New Orleans had let him go, and we had signed him. And coming to LA of all places too, and it's just like, and he took a lot because he gave Austin the deal and everything. So I couldn't imagine that pressure of having to coach your son. So probably your guys' dynamic, like you said, is a lot easier than him having to actually coach his son.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he ain't worried about it.
Right. What other hobbies you got? What a day off look like for you?
Besides daddy duty.
Yeah, besides daddy duty now, I'm low key as they come, and I'm chilling, watching TV shows, playing more golf, trying to keep up. You know what I'm saying? Getting better and better at golf.
Changing diapers?
A little bit. I changed a few of them. They be putting me to work a little bit, so that's something I gotta do. But I'm laying low, keeping it at the crib and locked in on the TV shows.
Question real quick. Obviously, being a father of young kids, I had to learn the hard way because I went from nothing to twins, and I know I wore myself out personally trying to help and help with feedings at night and everything. You guys have help so that when you need to rest, you can help or you can rest. Yeah,
we do got help. So we got the live-in nanny, night nurse.
Yeah.
So it's expensive, but it's the best money spent because you get that sleep.
It's priceless.
Yeah, and I mean, we on the road a lot, so I mean, having two kids in the house now, it's a whole different animal. So you don't want to leave it back there by itself.
Absolutely.
And you got grandma and grandpa not too far.
Yeah, I can't forget them. I got to show them a lot of love because they come in and help too, and especially with the older one.
Did you know you currently have the second highest career 3-point field goal percentage in NBA history, right up under Steve Kerr? And your brother. Yeah, and your brother is within 10. How does that feel?
Okay. Yeah, I did know that. Yeah, it feels good. I mean, I pride myself on being efficient, just being able to do my job every night and and shooting
Just
the
a
ball.
shooting ass family. I just a shooting ass family,
what?
man.
I was about to say
tried,
that,
man.
bro. Like they shoot the shit out the ball, and then they got two. They got two. He got one, and then Steph got one. It's just like that shooting lineage is going to continue to carry.
I hope so. I hope it pass down because they're gonna be a tall one too.
Yeah, right. Cali's tall. That's right.
We all know the goal is to get a championship ring, but how do you reflect on your journey back then to the present day?
I live in the moment. I don't take it for granted just being here for 7, 8 years already. Playing in the league. I mean, obviously, you got a lot more I want to accomplish, and one of those being a championship and a long playoff runs. But like I said, being undrafted, having no scholarship offers coming out of college, out of high school. I dreamed of being in this position and playing every day, so I don't take it for granted. I live in the moment, and like I said, take it year by year. Got to keep growing, keep getting better, and that's the league, man. You got to keep adding to your game because it's new crops coming in every year.
Every day, yeah.
I definitely want to salute you though, bro, because your shit was a slow grind. And I remember playing against you towards the end of my career, and you were gritty as a motherfucker, like tough. I remember I was trying to bully you underneath, and you elbowed me back. I'm like, all right, this little motherfucker got some heart. I like that. But your grind was slow. You know, obviously with who your dad was and your brother's success. And like I said, you had a lot of confidence in yourself when you said that. I thought that was big because you had every reason to derail off the tracks, you know, from the pressure and all the outside noise. But your grind and your improvement and, you know, like shit, like Jack said, you're number 2 all time in the history of the league, which is incredible, man. So we just want to salute you, man, for your grind and,
Yes, sir.
and sticking to it because it's a beautiful thing to see. You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of people in your position probably could have tapped out, but you kept your head down and kept grinding, man. And now you're making a beautiful career and a beautiful living for yourself, man. So we definitely want to salute you on that, bro.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I think one of the biggest things in that is just being adept, trying to find your niche in the league, man. You know, Matt, especially like trying to find your role on the team. If you're not gonna be a star player, you gotta get the stars to like you, and you gotta be able to play with them.
Yeah.
Because I mean, no matter what, you can complain about them. Those dudes making the max 5-year deals, they ain't going nowhere. So you gotta fit in. And you gotta adjust. And just being around the league, I was able to watch my pops first and foremost do it for 16 years, and never be a starter, and watch a lot of other role players just find a niche and figure it out. So yeah.
That's one thing that I remember that always stuck with me that Doc said is, I don't know if he says it around your team, but being a star in your role. I mean, there's plenty, you know, everyone's got a role to play, man, and every part is important and be a star in that role. And, you know, like you said, you know, that was something that I was able to play until I didn't want to play. And although I bounced around, like I always started, I was always the top 2 guys off the bench. And it was really kind of just finding your niche. And once you find your niche and you get to perfect that, you can play as long as you want, man. And that's something you've definitely done, man. So, again, hats off to you. All right, quick hitters. First thing to come to mind. Let us know. What was your welcome to the NBA moment?
My welcome to the NBA moment. I'm in the D League. My first year I'm in the D League, I get called up. It's one of those deals where I'm called up that same day and I got to suit up. So I'm suit up from Memphis. We playing the Rockets. This is James Harden Rockets. And, you know, he hunting, trying to find a matchup. I get out there, I ain't even broke a sweat yet. I'm ISO with James. I got James ISO. He handling the ball, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I'm here now. So
Yes, sir.
That's a good welcome to the league moment.
That's dope.
That's dope. You going to the blacktop, right? You going to the blacktop. You and your brother. What 3 other players you gonna bring to hold y'all down?
Ooh, to the blacktop?
Yeah, you and your brother.
Past or present?
So I'm got my number one guy, my guy T-Mac. I got T-Mac. That was my favorite player growing up. T-Mac. Give me Shaq.
Ooh.
Yeah, give me Shaq. I mean, come on, give me MJ. So we got me, Steph, MJ, T-Mac, and Shaq. We gonna spread it out.
I think y'all straight.
Y'all gonna take over the blacktop.
Y'all super straight with that. Which album can you listen to on repeat with no skips?
I mean, it's a light-skinned answer, but give me
Go ahead.
one of them Usher Confessions albums, man.
Ooh, that's a good call.
He said it's a
I'm
light
an R&B
skin.
guy.
You was young when that shit first came out.
I was. We were still riding around in middle school, high school, listening to it though. So
Yes, sir.
That's classic. That's a classic right there.
That album was banging. He said it's a
If
light
you-
skin answer.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. If you could sit courtside to relive any game in history, which one would it be and why?
Ooh, that's a good one. Any game in history? Give me the one of those Kobe finals games. Probably against the Celtics. One of them Kobe's final games against the Celtics. Those some matchups that were
2010, right?
Yeah.
2010, yeah.
Yeah, those are good. Those are good. I was at the Warriors Cavs game 7. That was some high level basketball. So
That was good
that was
basketball.
a good one too.
Yes, it was. 5 dinner guests, dead or alive.
Shoot. Give me Muhammad Ali, Tiger Woods, Obama. Give me Malcolm X. Malcolm X, and give me Denzel Washington.
Oh, that's a dope dinner.
Black
That's a
X.
dope dinner right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with them.
I'm gonna bring the weed. I'm hanging out anyway. It's my show.
I'll bring the wine.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Last but not least, bro, if you could have one guest on our show, who would you want to see? But you got to help us get your answer on this show.
There you go. Put them to work.
I don't know if y'all had Muggsy Bogues on yet.
No, solid. No, we haven't. We haven't.
That's my guy, his son, my best friend. So
yeah,
we can make that happen. But
And
Muggs,
I know he got some
story.
stories. I know he do.
Yeah, he a legend, man.
Yeah,
I want to ask him about the time Jordan had him on the block and he was holding Jordan up, like what he was thinking.
Yeah, Muggs tell all them stories, man. He was he that dude, man. 5'3" playing in the league for as long as he did. I don't know how he did it.
5'3", bro. Insane.
Like that's not exaggeration. He 5'3".
Yeah, a little too. In an era where it was physical as a motherfucker too.
Facts, man.
Well, Seth, man, we appreciate your time during this holiday season.
Yes,
best of luck to your team, to the family,
Yes,
the newborn. And, man, God bless. And have a prosperous 2022, bro.
Much love, bro. We appreciate you, man. Yes, sir.
Jack, I got to tell you this. So, Steph rookie year, he out there in the Bay messing with y'all. You know what I'm saying? You got to get out there. I'm like, yo, who you messing with Who you messing with on the team out there? It's like his first week or two. He's like, you know, I rock with Stack, man. He a cool dude. I rock with Stack. Like, Steven Jackson? Like, ain't he an asshole? People, what you mean, Stack? He an asshole. No way you are. I'm like, nah, he real. I don't know what people talking about. I mess with him, so I had to let you know that, man.
That's dope, bro.
Showing them love from day one.
That's dope.
Man, that's dope, bro. I appreciate you.
And then Jack wanted to be traded because he didn't believe in your brother, but that's crazy as hell.
Yeah, I was watching like Stack guy. He just got kicked out of the game before the game started. What you mean? Yes, sir.
Hey, imagine if we had Steph just for like as a rookie on that We Believe team. He might be different now. He might be tatted up.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Yeah.
Hey, he would definitely have some tattoos, bro. He would for sure have some tattoos. Hey, and then he might have an earring or two, too.
Yeah.
Hey, Seth, man, we appreciate you, bro, man. Best of luck the rest of the way, and we'll talk again. Have a good one.
All right, appreciate it, fellas.
Hey, tell Pops I say what up, too, because I played against Pops. Tell Pops to say what up.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a wrap. Seth Curry, All the Smoke. You can catch this on Showtime Basketball YouTube or the iHeart platform, Black Effects. We'll see y'all next week.
What's that for?
Not sure, but I'd sure hate you don't have it when we find out.
This journey will be dangerous all the way to Oregon.
1883, new series now streaming exclusively on Paramount+.